In a world that so often rewards the loudest voice in the room, what is the value of a quiet, sweet gesture? We're told that to make a difference, to show support, we have to make a grand stand. But what if the most powerful statement isn't a shout from the rooftops, but the simple, chiming melody of an ice cream truck arriving exactly when it's needed most? Recently, late-night host Jimmy Kimmel made a rare, deeply personal political comment on his show. It was a vulnerable moment. And in the aftermath, as the digital storm began to brew, two of his friends, Ripa and Mark Consuelos, didn't issue a statement. They didn't post a lengthy tribute on social media. Instead, they sent an entire ice cream truck to his studio. This whimsical act was far more than a celebrity prank. For those of us who have lived a little, who understand the weight of friendship, it was a masterclass in the art of support. Today, we're exploring the surprising depth behind that sweet surprise. Welcome, everyone. This is a story about public figures, but its heart beats with a truth we all recognize: the profound power of showing up for someone, not with fanfare, but with heart. Beyond the hashtag, the power of tangible kindness. Let's set the scene. Jimmy Kimmel, a man whose job is to make us laugh, stepped out of his comedic role to speak from the heart about a matter of deep personal conviction. It was a risk. And in today's world, the immediate reaction to such a risk is almost always digital. A flood of supportive hashtags, angry comments, and heated online debates. It's a world that can feel intangible, disconnected. But then, enter Kelly and Mark. Their response bypassed the digital noise entirely. They didn't just type their support, they acted on it. By sending a physical ice cream truck, a rolling relic of joy, a tangible piece of childhood nostalgia, they did something revolutionary. They made support something you could taste, something you could share with your colleagues, something real. For our generation, who remember a time when friendship was shown with a casserole dish at the door or a helping hand in the yard, this gesture resonates deeply. It's a callback to a more concrete way of caring. In an age of virtual virtue, Kelly and Mark chose actual, delicious virtue. They understood that after baring your soul, what you might need isn't another like on a screen, but a concrete reminder that you are not alone, that your friends have your back in a way that is practical, personal, and sweetly defiant. But here's the surprising twist that makes this gesture so brilliant. It was also a strategic act of genius, perfectly tailored to the man they were supporting. The language of friendship, speaking in a code of joy. Now, the second layer to this story is the sheer intelligence of the gift. This wasn't a random act of kindness. This was a message crafted in a secret language only true friends understand. Think about Jimmy Kimmel's public persona. His humor is often rooted in a sense of whimsical mischief, in lighthearted pranks and a childlike sense of fun. Kelly and Mark didn't send a formal fruit basket. They sent an ice cream truck. In doing so, they were speaking his language. They were saying, "We see you. We know the weight you just carried, and we are here to remind you of the joy you bring to millions." It was an affirmation of his core spirit. This is the mark of deep friendship. It's not about giving what you would want, but about understanding what they need. For Jimmy, after a moment of serious gravity, the perfect antidote was a dose of pure, unadulterated fun. This is a lesson that deepens with age. We learn that the most meaningful gifts we can give our friends aren't the most expensive, but the most attentive. The ones that say, "I have been paying attention to the story of your life." It's about remembering that your friend loves classic cars or a specific book or, in this case, the simple, shared joy of an ice cream cone. This thoughtful specificity is what transforms a nice gesture into a profound message. But this message of joy was also, quietly, one of the most powerful political statements they could have made. Section 3. the quiet rebellion of unbreakable joy. And this brings us to our final and most inspirational point. In the face of division, Kelly and Mark's ice cream truck was a quiet rebellion. While the world was likely preparing for a binary battle of for or against, they introduced a third, more powerful option: compassion. By responding to a political comment, not with more politics, but with an offering of shared joy and solidarity, they made a stunning statement. They declared that their primary allegiance wasn't to a side, but to their friend. In a climate that often tries to force us to choose between ideologies, they chose humanity. The ice cream truck became a symbol of something that can't be debated or diluted: the simple, unbreakable bond of friendship. For us, having lived through decades of social and political change, this is a powerful model. It reminds us that we don't have to engage in every fight on the terms the world sets us for us. We can change the conversation entirely. We can respond to anger with kindness, to division with unity, and to tension with a scoop of chocolate chip cookie dough. This isn't about ignoring serious issues. It's about confronting them with a spirit that refuses to be broken. It's about protecting the humanity at the center of it all. The most surprising thing about this entire story: the lasting legacy of Kelly and Mark's gesture won't be the political comment that prompted it. It will be the unforgettable image of an ice cream truck, a symbol of innocence and community, rolling up to a television studio as a shield for a friend. It reminds us that in the end, the way we care for each other is the most powerful statement we will ever make. So, the next time you feel the world getting too loud, too divided, remember the lesson of the ice cream truck. The most revolutionary act might just be an act of pure, thoughtful, and delicious kindness. What's the most memorable way a friend has shown up for you? Share your stories of tangible kindness in the comments below. And if this story resonated with you, be sure to subscribe for more conversations about the things that truly matter.